Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. So today I'm going to be talking about what's in my makeup bag, but before I do that, I wanted to talk about this fuzzy white jacket that I recently got that I love so much. It's keeping me warm, it's getting cold now, so I am loving this, and I feel so fluffy, it's so soft, and yeah, I love this jacket. Anyways, let's jump right into it. So this right here is my makeup bag. It has my name on it, so it says Cassie on it. And I'm gonna talk to you all about the steps that I take to do my makeup every morning. So let's dig in here and let's start talking about the first thing I put on my face. So before I apply any makeup on my face, I generally wash my face first, and then I put on this Olay daily moisturizer. It has SPF 15. I like to moisturize my skin before putting anything on it. The next thing I put on my face is this BB cream by Maybelline. It says it's an 8-in-1 beauty balm skin perfector. It says it has pomegranate extract. I use the shade 110 in light medium sheer. This is my first time trying BB cream and I really like it so far. I like how sheer it is on my skin. I'm not a big fan of heavy foundations, and so I like a moisturizer that is tinted kind of like this BB cream, so it doesn't really do much, but it still covers up a little bit of those little imperfections that I have on my skin that I'm trying to cover up and smooth over. So I've been liking this so far. The next thing I do is a bit strange, but I have had this Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Makeup foundation in 14 Vanilla for several years now, which I know you're supposed to toss out your makeup every few months because it grows old, but I have had this for quite a long time now, and it's not my shade anymore. I used to be this shade when I lived in Texas and it was a lot tanner. Now I live in Seattle and it no longer works for me because I am less tan. But I still like to use this on my nose for some reason. I have a lot of pores on my nose and like blackheads sometimes that I try to cover up. So I add a little bit of this onto my nose and it just kind of gives me that little bit of more cover that I want. So this is what I use. And yeah, I only use this on my nose. After that, I go in with concealer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer in Fair/Light. So I put this on whatever spots I have. I tend to pick up my skin a little bit, so usually this side of my face gets a little bit of touch-ups, my forehead, this side a little bit, but usually this is my good side. I think it has to do with the fact that I sleep on my pillow, or at least my pillowcase on this side of my face, and even though I do wash my pillowcase quite often, it's a little bit inevitable that I'm gonna get some spots on this side simply because my face is touching the side of the pillow every single night. But I do like to do a few touch-ups with this L'Oreal True Match Concealer. The next thing I put on my face is this L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. So it matches with the L'Oreal concealer. This is in the shade W3, so it is warm, nude beige. I really like this foundation. It's a powder foundation and it matches my skin tone quite well. I made the mistake of wearing the incorrect color for a really long time. I used to use C3, which is a cold tone or a cool tone foundation, and I realized that I am warm toned. I have warm toned skin, so this now fits so much better and I love it a lot. And I do go a bit heavy on this foundation simply because I don't use a heavy liquid foundation, but I find that this works for me and it's fairly cheap and I like it a lot. Once I've got my skin looking how I want it to look, I then move on to eyeshadow. And I don't normally wear eyeshadow when I go to work or on the weekends. I try to go makeup free, but when I do put on eyeshadow, I tend to gravitate towards my Naked Urban Decay Heat Palette and my Naked Urban Decay the 3 palette. So in this palette right here, I tend to use the shade, oh, you can't even see it. Apparently I've used this shade so much that the name of it wore off, so I'm not sure what color it is, but it's the gold shade in this palette. And then in the Naked Urban Decay Heat Palette, I tend to go for Dirty Talk, but occasionally I'll dabble into the other colors as well. And that's what I'm wearing on my eyelids right now. Now, both of these came from Sephora, and another thing that came from Sephora is the eyeliner that I put on afterwards. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It has a micro tip, and I like that because I'm not great at eyeliners, so I need something really small to be able to draw on the eyeliner as I like it. I don't do a wing eye or anything like that because I don't know how, and so very simple line along my eye, and that's basically it. And then after that, I move on to curling my eyelashes. This right here is my eyelash curler. It is by the brand Japonesque, and yeah, I use this to curl my eyelashes next, and then I apply mascara. Now this mascara I've used for a really long time. It's the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Waterproof Mascara in Very Black, and I have used this for years. I love it. I feel like it makes my eyelashes look super long and really beautiful. I like that it's waterproof, so it doesn't, I find that when I use mascaras that aren't waterproof, my eyelashes tend to kind of fall down a little bit over the day. But whenever I wear waterproof mascara, my eyelashes are curled all day long, and so I really like this mascara, and it's fairly cheap. Most of the stuff that you see that I'm showing you is from the drugstore. Some of it is from Sephora, so a bit more high-end, but this is from Target or Amazon, where I usually get it. So by this point, I've done my face, I've done my eyes, and the next thing is highlighter. So I use this Lawless highlight, and this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. This is in the shade Afternoon Delight, and I love this highlighter so much. I think it's because I love glitter. This is a super glittery highlighter, and so I love lathering it on my cheekbones, and I probably put on too much, but I don't care because I like it. Okay, next I'm going to talk about brushes and tools. So these are my tweezers from Revlon that I use to shape my eyebrows, and then I have my brush. This is a blush brush, but you'll notice I didn't mention that I use blush. I used to, but I'm not a big fan of it anymore, and so I use this massive brush for highlighter, so that's probably also why I get a lot of highlight on my cheekbones. Normally people use smaller brushes for their highlighter, but this works for me. I like it. I have this brush right here. This is from, I have no idea. It is so old that the brand has scratched off. But I use this brush for my concealer to blend it out. And then I use this massive brush from who knows where. I've had this for years. I use this brush for my powder foundation. So just putting it all over. I love that brush. Then I have this brush from Sonia Kashuk. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's the brush number 116. And I use this for my eyeshadow for blending. So the Naked palettes that I have each have their own eyeshadow brushes, which I do use. But when I need a blend, I use this brush right here, the Sonia Kashuk. I don't know how to pronounce it. Kashuk? I have no idea. But I really like this brush. And then one step that I like to do is my eyebrows tend to get a bit powdery because of the powder foundation that I put on. So I have this trick where I lick my fingers and then go over my eyebrows and then use this really, really old e.l.f. professional eyelash and brow wand to comb through my eyebrows. And then the last step is this Bobbi Brown lip tint, which I love, and I recently got this, and look, I'm almost done with it. This is as far as it goes, but I like to apply this. This usually isn't in my makeup bag, but it's part of my routine, so I thought I'd add it in. I have this in my work bag, so when I'm at work and my lips are feeling chapped, I use a little bit of this. Or maybe not a little bit, I use a lot of it. So there you go, that's what's in my makeup bag, and the reason I wanted to share that with you all is because most of the items that I use are really budget friendly, and I wish that when I was younger I had seen someone with my complexion talk about what products they use on their face to get some inspiration and I have tried so many products throughout the years that I've worn makeup and wasted tons of money buying expensive products thinking that they'll work for me, when really I wish I had seen the staple items that someone uses. Everything that I showed you today, or at least most of what I've shown you today, I've used for years, and if I love it and I said that I loved it, I'll probably use it for years in the future. And most of the products that I showed you, you can find at a local drugstore, at Target, on Amazon, and some of the more expensive items you can get at Sephora. Everyone is a gorgeous human being without makeup, and if it makes you feel good to wear makeup, then go ahead. I hope that sharing what's in my makeup bag was helpful to some of you. If you like this, you can go ahead and give it a like. Comment down below if any of the products that I use you also use, or if you have any questions. And if you're not subscribed already, I would love for you to subscribe and join this community. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!